For the very funny Jonathan, guys. Get him. Make it loud. Keep it going for Jonathan. Keep it going for Jonathan. Hello. Come on up, Jonathan. Yeah. There you go.
Come on up. Explain that. So he just said, come on up to a guy with cerebral palsy. That's not gonna work out that well. The stage itself gives me anxiety, not in front of you guys, but just doing the extra lift. But let me explain to you, I've already just addressed the elephant in the room. I know you guys wanted, oh damn, is he biracial? No, it's cerebral palsy. Let's go with this, man. I'm gonna tell you this though, with having cerebral palsy, it's an amazing thing because you finally feel like, you realize how people really feel about you when they talk to you. With having cerebral palsy, man, it's an interesting thing. It's like being drunk all the time. Best part is no bar can ever cut you off. So I'm originally from South LA. Who's from LA in the building? LA people, what's up? All right, we in the building. We start up today, right? I'm from South LA. It's a little different than regular LA. Let me tell you how it's different. I got 3 fears in my neighborhood: prostitutes, the police, and public transportation. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. All right, so one day I'm walking home from work and basically a prostitute says, hey, you want to have a good time? I'm like, no ma'am, y'all not into that. It's not my thing. She says, I realize you're half a man, so I'm gonna give you half a discount on this prostitution. I didn't know whether to be offended or to take the 50% off. Here's why I'm afraid of the police. It's not because I'm like brown or whatever. It's just like, I feel like when I'm driving around, I feel like I'm gonna get pulled over. And once they ask me to step outside the vehicle and walk a straight line, I know I'm going to jail for a DUI. Here's why I don't take public transportation, because every time I take the bus, they always lower that ramp. By the time I get to the top, everybody's looking at me like I'm the fucking reason why they're late for work. You ever had a 7-year-old stick the middle finger up at you because they're late for a play date? Fuck Timothy. Samantha will be there when they get there. But look, I know people are like, oh my gosh, you're talking about cerebral palsy, like what the fuck? Are you afraid of people being, insulted because they're handicapped? What if they say to you? Look, most comedy clubs don't have handicap accessible ramps. Nobody's coming up here to slap me. There's no rail. And if 30 motherfuckers in a wheelchair show up, that means we're selling 60 tickets because no handicapped person ever shows up anywhere alone. Hey, so ladies, can I get a round of applause for the single ladies in the building tonight? Oh, single? All right, sweetheart. All right, cool. Let me tell you why you should be dating me, dating a handicapped guy in the next room. All right, so basically, there's VIP parking wherever we go. Doors just open up for me because nobody wants to see me struggle to push a pull door. And if you love amusement parks, I'm faster than the Fast Pass. I'm the cripple pack. Put me in a wheelchair, I'm riding every ride 6 or 7 times. Here's another important question. It's like, I got on stage and I'm thinking, damn, what if they don't find me funny? If y'all didn't laugh at any of my jokes, I was just assume y'all were prejudiced against handicapped people. It's okay. Everybody has their thing. Everybody has their thing. But you guys should give yourself a round of applause because it's probably the first time you've ever laughed at a disabled person in public. I mean, y'all going to hell, but it's all right. It's all right. Hey, for the women that are in relationships that y'all not really happy with, don't applaud, just make eye contact with me. I'm going to catch y'all after this show. Okay? And let me say this though, I mean, for the women that are in relationships that want a side dude, I'm the perfect side dude. You're never gonna get caught with me. Let me explain why. You tell your significant other, right, that you got a job as an in-house nurse. So when we're fucking on the weekends, and you happen to get pregnant, you just tell him if it's his. Now, if it comes out with a helmet, maybe it was mine. There's resources for that. Don't worry, you'll get taken care of. Don't worry about it. But ladies, for those of you who are single, y'all know y'all fucking these regular dudes that only give you 2 pumps and roll over, right? Y'all know that, right? You need to be fucking a handicapped dude. Let me explain why. Because I can guarantee you there'll be legs up in the air and legs will be shaking. Now, whether they're my legs or yours, we don't know. That's not predictable, y'all. Hey, but I've literally looked at some of the pretty girls in the background. Y'all so pretty. I got one question for y'all though. Y'all ever fucked a cripple nigga? And some of y'all won't say no, right? Do you want to? on tonight, y'all know. Because, you know, women really, I'm single, so like I joined the whole dating app thing, you know, I've done the Hinge, the Tinder thing, and what I find on women's profiles is just really amazing. What they'll say is, I want a guy who's about family and who goes to therapy. I got one question for y'all. Does physical therapy count? Because I go like twice a week. I'm working on my leg muscles so I can bend down. Promise y'all. But look, I know what y'all thinking, like ladies, y'all wondering, how the hell is this gonna work? How is sexual compatibility gonna work? The reason I'm up with a limp is because I got a third leg between my legs. And if y'all wondering, y'all like, oh, you know, I can't just take the dick, John. I can't just take the dick. I need more than that. And I fall headfirst into everything I do. My life, my job, your thighs. If I had a stuttering problem, your clit would be lit. I promise y'all. Y'all be calling me daddy. Hey, but look at it this way. I know that some of y'all are looking at me like, what the fuck is he saying? Like, who let this Make-A-Wish kid get on stage? I'm not a Make-A-Wish kid. I get that conception all the time. I happen to be a retail manager at some point, so I happen to work in retail, and you wouldn't believe how people describe you in retail. You know, usually they'll say, hey, he's a tall guy, black guy, Latino, they'll say some shit like that. You ever been described as the guy with like fucking polio? Then you gotta look at the person and go, wait a minute, polio's been gone since 1951. And if you gotta explain this to them, you gotta explain that we landed on the moon, somebody's trying to turn FK, and I don't even want to explain the Trump thing. Hey, but I know a lot of y'all are concerned right now, and for the gentlemen in the room, I know this is a big concern, but it's a concern for the regular people. The war in Iran, you know, the world that's going on with Russia and Ukraine, it's a crazy world. I feel bad for that. It's such a bad thing. Y'all are worried because y'all in the States and y'all wonder whether they're going to bring the draft back. You know who's not worried? This guy. Because they're drafting every able-bodied dude. They're not checking for me. I'm going to be at home baking cookies, making sweaters, and helping the boys come home. Now, ladies, if y'all ever imagine yourself with a side dude, I am the perfect side dude. Because you will never get caught, ever in life. Nobody will ever believe you fucked a cripple. Because they're going to be like, how? Why? What came along with this? How much did he pay you? It's okay. It's okay. I'm not paying y'all shit though. I got pride. I may walk up here like I'm clumsy, but I got pride. So I'm wondering though, like, there's like 4 ladies in the back right now. Are y'all single? Can you raise your hand if you're single? Oh, you just raised your hand. You made a fucked up mistake, miss. Do you like Disneyland?
What?
Do you like Disneyland?
She does.
But what about you though? You want?
Like Disneyland.
What about Six Flags?
Never been.
You never been? You need to go with me. We're gonna have a grand old time. You ain't gotta wait in lines like VIP service. We can get some bottle service. I mean, they're gonna be soda, but we still gonna get bottle service. Have you ever fucked a cripple though? I'm just wondering. Hey, but I know what you guys are wondering. Most people with disabilities, you're thinking maybe they don't have friends, they're lonely. I got friends. My friends though, they're kind of strange though. You don't want them, like, they get mad at me and shit, and they think that it's okay to park far because they're mad at me. Like me walking the extra distance is gonna teach me a lesson. No, we're gonna be 30 minutes late to the next event because you parked so fucking far. Like, I'm telling y'all, if y'all get mad at a disabled person, you know, don't do it in public because you're gonna always look the asshole. If you're yelling at me, everybody's gonna be like, why are you yelling at that kid with autism? It's not fair. Oh, I shouldn't say about people with autism. I just realized that they got super strength. Somebody might come up here and smack the fuck out of me. But they got kind hearts at the same time. Don't cancel me for that shit, please don't cancel me. I don't want to hear your cousin Jimmy came outside and was like, autistic people are not that way. I don't know if they are. I don't really hang in that circuit. It's not a club we join. I had friends that literally told me, like, they asked me a question. They're like, what's the difference